Our guest speaker for today is a very special guest speaker with very strong background and promises to offer very useful insights and inspirations. His name is Mr. Muhammad Munaf Emam. He joined Avon in 1999, and he's currently the CEO of a new startup that will revolutionize the telecom industry. So with that, please join me in welcoming Mr. Muhammad Munaf Emam.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm going to walk off very slowly now as well, so you can clap me again in a minute, okay? Well, it's great to be here and great to be with you all to talk to you about something inspiring, I hope. I don't know. I'm going to try. I had a phone call about 3 days ago from your president, and he said to me that our budget is very tight. We need a guy to come and talk to the people. For 5-10 minutes. And as you've got a broken leg, you might as well come as half price. So that's why I'm here, okay, at half price. So what can I talk to you about? I've done many things in many countries. I've been very fortunate to work in the UK, the Americas, in Europe, in Africa, South Africa, and now Egypt. And I thought, well, in all the time that I've worked there, I can tell you about all my achievements, but I don't really want to do that. So I'll tell you about something that was the hardest thing to do in all the jobs that I've done. And hopefully that might help you for the future. And that's managing change. You know, it may sound very easy. On paper, it sounds fantastic. But it's the hardest job to actually ever do. And I can guarantee you, every single one of you, no matter what profession you go into, no matter what industry you go into, no matter what position you go into, whether you work for the private sector or the public sector, whether you work for an entrepreneur or you are an entrepreneur yourself, you will have to handle change and manage change. And it's so, so difficult. So what are the key pointers I can give you for it, really? Well, first and foremost, make it very, very simple. You may understand it, but your audience may not have a clue at what you're talking about. And one of the speakers, I think it was Omar, was talking about fear. The minute you mention change to an organization, to associates, to staff, the first thing they do is they will tell you 50 reasons why it will not work, without even considering the change. Because of fear, because of habits. People are used to doing something, and now you're going to come along and change it. So that's the first thing I would do, is engage your audience. Make them become your partners. And there are tricks around that. Communication is obviously the key. But communication is not making a glossy presentation. Communication is not writing a lovely memo. Communication is not standing up and giving a speech. Communication is sitting down with your audience and engaging in a two-way conversation. A two-way conversation that hopefully that you learn more than they would. As you go through the change, you have to remember something, that in any given audience, when you start talking, as I am talking right now, 40% of you will pay interest. Okay? 20% of you don't really care what I'm saying to you right now and won't even remember it. And the same will apply to when you talk to your people. And the balance of the people are sitting on the fence, thinking, well, shall I listen to him or shall I not? So when you go through your organization and your people, that's a key thing to remember. You can't beat the people who aren't interested in you at all. You can't do anything with that because they've already made their mind up. The people that you have to convince are the ones that are sitting on the fence. And again, the way you do that is with a warm heart but cold blood. And what I mean by that is that you've got to put your arm around them and have some empathy. But there comes a point in time where you have to make a tough decision, whether the individual belongs with you or belongs somewhere else. Because there are certain things in change that people will not be able to deal with. Sometimes a job will change, a role will change, a country will change, And individuals cannot deal with that or have the competency to deal with that. And it's very easy to say, well, I'm going to take my people with me, but I can assure you that they will not come with you. So those are the couple of things that I would give you as pointers to help you with. As I talk about change and you go into simulation over the next few days, a couple of things that I want to just share with you that was shared with me by my predecessors or my bosses in the past is when you're doing something or you're focusing on an initiative, if you make small changes to big things, you won't get a big result. You will get a result and something that you will be nice and happy about, but it's not the result that you desire. If you make big changes to small things, you will also get a result, a desired result, but nothing that will really change the world. The key really is to make big changes to big things. And that's where you get the positive result to move the business forward, or an organization forward, or a country forward. The last thing I do want to share with you before I go is just bear in mind that as you progress in life and as you move forward and get into industry and in lives that you will do and money that you will make, just remember you have to have a balance of what you do. Work is not everything. I can guarantee you of that. And you have to realize where your heart really lies. Okay? People who tell me, and I meet many people, that I work for a living and that's all I do, have no fun at all. They may earn money, they may have the biggest cars, they may have the biggest mansion. Quality of life is zero. And do they really have satisfaction? That's the key. And the answer is no, they don't. So whatever you do, just remember, make enough time in your life for your loved ones. It's very, very, very key. And you have to have a balance. And I will tell you a little quote that my wife maybe gave me about 5 years ago. I was working in South Africa and trying to revolutionize the business and earn lots of money and get ready for promotion. You know, the things that every individual wants to do in a career. And I went home one night and I missed having dinner, because one of the rules we had that we always have dinner together as a family. You know, no matter where I work, what I'm doing, that we sit down as a family. And I got home very, very, very late and very frustrated. And I was eating, and she was sitting there with me and telling me how her day went, and I completely ignored what she was saying to me because I was so engrossed in what the day that I've had and the money I was going to make the next day and what I was going to say to the shareholders, what fantastic news I'm going to have for them. And she said to me, you know what, in life you will change your job many, many times. Hopefully you will not change your wife many, many times. Okay? And that struck me. And she said, the most important thing in your life is sitting at the table right here, not in the boardroom. So my friends, as you go and change the world, which I hope you do, as you go and make big changes to big things and have fun doing it, just remember your loved ones whilst you're doing it and have fun whilst you're doing it. God bless you all. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. Emam. Wow. An MC stuttering, that's like an MC's worst nightmare.